There you go.
Alright, welcome everybody to this dotacommentaries.com presentation. I am LD. Joining me is the illustrious, the famous Luminous, one of the best Dota casters out there. We are casting AL versus EHOME. This is for the ProDota2 Asian region. And today's match will be a best out of one, AL on the Radiant. They have not had a good start today. Mistrust going 1-for-1 on the day in a pretty convincing victory over AL. And EHOME, meanwhile, on the Dire, going to be betting out Queen of Pain and Lycan. Lumi, thanks for joining me.
That Lycan throw from the last game was pretty fun to watch. I mean, it wasn't fun, I guess, to play against for Mistrust, but for us out there, seeing him trying to backdoor repetitively was actually very interesting. EHOME, the team that has more drama next to them than title wins so far. Never a good sign, but hopefully they could start earning everyone's respect again, because they definitely have the roster to do so. 357 on the picks. King J, we have Dai, MMY on the last slot. WLBL is probably Lamb. He is sporting an EHOME tag, not sure has transferred from Tongfu just yet. Cupid Cat is PCT, or Perfect Cat. And, you know, old school Chinese player.
Yeah, now these guys have been playing together for a very long time. Of course, they are on a new team. I'm not sure how much they've been playing. As with this particular roster recently, they've been going through some drama here and there. Chen, first pick from AL, one of the signature heroes for AL, and we saw how powerful that enchantress jungling is. You know, did some good damage in the mid game, but maybe the Chen will be a little bit better. Of course, can always bail his team out of trouble, can heal them if they get low. So more of a support hero than the enchantress, but that seemed like what they needed. A lot of times heroes got low. If there was a Chen available to send them back to base, it might have been enough.
5 seconds remaining.
We'll see how the game develops, but I mean, you can't argue with the Chen first pick. Of course, that leaves Prophet on the board. Darkseer gets the ban instead. Darkseer at this point, I mean, hey, he's been winning a lot of games, so I guess the bans are fully justified. He is firmly back in that top tier of heroes. If he was ever off it, I mean, he fell off a little bit. He was still picked.
Yeah, Darkseer as a hero, he just gave you so much. He gave you the laning versatility. You could go jungle, you could go long lane. I expected a Prophet, but they're like, you could have the Prophet. We're going to pick up the Vengeful Spirit Enigma. I'm not sure if I agree with this choice.
Well, the last time I cast a Chen Prophet, the game was over in about 5 or maybe 10 minutes. Mirana, are they going to leave Prophet on the board? Prophet makes it through the first 5 picks. If you haven't been watching much Dota, guys, this is very unusual. Prophet normally gets banned, and if he's not banned, he's picked immediately. To let him slip through this long, especially when the teams are picking other good pushing heroes, is just shocking. And I'd be very surprised if EHOME doesn't take him here.
Alright, so EHOME picks up Enigma first, which is flavor of the month, I suppose. Been picking up a lot. European teams been loving this hero quite a bit. Enchantress as a counter pick to the Chen to deal with that jungling power. Looks like we're going to have a little bit of aura stacking coming up from EHOME, the Vengeful aura, the Enchantress aura from the creeps. There's some pushing from either side. I gotta say, I think EHOME has better pushing here.
Yeah, well, I want to talk about the Beastmaster pick, sort of piggyback off what you're saying about the aura strat. I think the Beastmaster was picked solely to deny it to EHOME, because you don't want to give the enemy team a Venge and a Beastmaster. So maybe that was the reason there. Of course, the stun is nice. It's a reliable way to deal with the black hole. Roar's got a long range. It goes through BKB. The Venge pick was attempting to deny that easy counter, but they went with the other main option. Mirana, a generally good mobile carry. Yeah, I agree. The pushing is looking a little bit better for EHOME. You got the minus armor, the command aura, the aura stacking from the Enchantress creeps, the Eidolons, the Enchantress creeps. That is a lot of push power coming your way. Quick banning, second banning stays. Anti-Mage, Slardart, Broodmother, and Sand King all get the axe. 4 melee heroes. And, you know, pretty good heroes that generally need a decent amount of farm. And the Sand King, the Slaughter, Initiators, and sort of team fight heroes. Of course, the Anti-Mage and the Broodmother are more of just solo pushing, farming, carry to semi-carry type heroes.
I'm so surprised that Prophet's in the pool, leshrac is in the pool. These heroes are immediately snap pick in the European scene. Of course, this is not a European game, so these teams are playing a little bit differently, but these heroes are very good heroes on their own right, and I'm very surprised they're being ignored. Shaker is the 4th pick here for the Radiant. Shaker's not really a hero at all in the European scene, but the Asians kind of love him a lot. Mistrust love him, Absolute Legend loves him. EHOME I know loves him quite a bit as well, so Shaker's kind of the thing here.
Well, I gotta say, man, I think AL is a little upset with how many stuns were coming their way and how few they had last game, because they have Arrow now, they're gonna have the Chen creeps, they have the Roar, and Earthshaker. If you want stuns, he brings about as many to the table as any other hero in the game. Will they go for another stunning style hero to complete the lineup? I mean, you don't want to go too far in either direction if you're not getting something out of the pick otherwise. But hey, they were lacking them last game. They will not be lacking them this game.
What's worrying for EHOME right now is look at how defensive Absolute Legends pick is. Obviously, they have the power to go offensive. They have long range arrow, long range fissure, long range roar. But what's so good about this lineup is there's Holy Persuasion, there is the fissure, there is the leap. It's so hard to actually get a kill against Absolute Legend. I'm thinking, will EHOME even try to get kills? Is it going to be boiling down to a long farming game?
If it does, I mean, most of the time when you think of Mirana, you think of sort of a semi carry. But we've cast games where if Mirana gets a good start and she gets free farm, I mean, she does have 600 range. She's got leap. She's got that ult to help initiate a team fight or help the team run away. She can definitely be a presence in the late game and even out carry a hero like DK. Of course, it does come down to farm. Roar going to be very nice against the DK, so Beastmaster suddenly seeming like a fantastic pick. Imagine if the Beastmaster and the Enchantress had somehow gone the way of EHOME, which I doubt they would have. One probably would have gotten banned, but if they had, then you couple that with the DK, and that is an enormously, really a terrifying push lineup. So the draft seeming pretty smart for AL here. The question for me is, how do you top it off? What do you want to do here to counter that DK?
5 seconds remaining.
Minus armor is generally the way to go. You got to keep in mind that the Chinese variant of the DK gets extremely tanky. You can take advantage of the fact that he's not going to do too much damage to you. The only really thing that he's going to be really annoying for is the fact that he's going to be slowing your entire team down with that Frost Dragon. But that's only level 16, so gank is one way to deal with the Dragon Knight, prevent him getting that level 16, or just try to kill him as soon as possible. But if you look at the damage output from the Radiant side, they're somewhat single targeted. Beastmaster is a single target people, person, hero. Mirana, same thing. Shaker gives you some AoE, but his DPS output in the AoE aspect is not that high. So I think Absolute Legend is kind of lacking in terms of DPS output.
Well, let me throw a hero out there. Well, actually, yeah, let me throw this idea at you. I don't know how you feel about it, but Obsidian Destroyer, I mean, it would give them more defensive power because he's got the Disrupt or the Astral Imprisonment. It also gives you decent team fight with his ult. They're going to go for leshrac, so scratch that thought. Let's talk about the leshrac pick. A lot of magical damage. leshrac, really strong pushing hero. You give away a Chen, you give away a leshrac who, it's very odd how this hero, one day he's first pick, the next day he makes it through a draft without getting picked or banned, and today he gets the 5th pick. Chen plus leshrac, towers are going to die. You throw in the Beastmaster, a lot of towers are going to die. Especially
I say you just 5th pick profit, because you can, right? I mean, it's in the pool, right?
Yeah.
It's such an odd statement, 5th pick profit. 5th pick profit is actually going to work out here. I mean, Lesh likes to push with Diabolic Edict, but when a profit teleports in, summon tree, and suddenly your Diabolic Edict is not going to be that effective anymore. Depending where Lesh is going to lane, that's going to determine how it's going to build, it's going to adjust. Of course, if he goes mid, it's probably going to put a little bit more points in Lightning. But in either case, I think Dragon Knight, he's going to just tank up this game. We're going to see something like a Vanguard, Hood, BKB, AC. Like 3 out of those 4 items will be purchased if he gets the farm. And it's going to be a moving tank flying down your way. Krobelus is
Oh man, I am excited now. You got the Venge for some minus armor. You've got the Krob who does physical damage with that ult. Crucially, the AoE silence is going to be so nice against a lot of these heroes. The Radiant very reliant on casting. The only hero that's going to right-click really is the Mirana. I mean, Beastmaster kind of a little bit. But the silence, if Krob's able to get a good start, that'll be huge. Of course, if we see her in that solo mid lane, which is often where she's played, or even in the safe lane, Chen is one of the best heroes to punish solos that don't have mobility, and Krob has none. No blink, no escape mechanism. If Chen gets a good creep and comes to gank, probably we're going to see Krob die. Or, excuse me, I keep on calling it Krob. In Dota 2, she is Death Prophet. Yeah, but if she doesn't get a good start, she really suffers.
I completely agree with you. EHOME's going to do... They have to have 110% coverage for that DP. Like, he has to survive. But one of the benefits that DP gives you in the mid-game is, yeah, you can stun her all you want. But as long as that ultimate's going off, you guys are taking a lot of damage as well. So it's kind of an offensive and defensive pick at the same time. Of course, silence can be extremely key against some of the heroes like Shaker, Lesh, and Mirana. Especially that Lesh. He wants to be right next to you, and that means he's going to take a silence in some point in this game.
That looks like someone from EHOME, QQQ, is having a little bit of a bug here. Hopefully he'll get that sorted out quickly. While we're waiting, let's introduce the players. QQQ going to be playing an Enchantress. King J going to be playing this Dragon Knight. I actually have the spectator bug, so let me go ahead and fix that real quick so I can click on heroes. King J going to be playing that Dragon Knight, and Vengeful Spirit was being played by Cupid Cat. I think you mentioned who that was earlier.
PCT, Perfect Cat, Cupid Cat. An old school player for a lot of Chinese names, yes.
That is PCT. WLBL
yes.
Going to be on the Enigma. MMY playing that Krobulus, or Death Prophet, as we are supposed to be calling her. Meanwhile, for the Radiant, Shaitan will be playing the Beastmaster. Godot going to be playing that Chen. already picked up a smoke and an animal courier. Musica on the leshrac, Bleak on the priestess of the, or excuse me, on the Mirana, and Lust, who is a stand-in playing the Earthshaker.
Yeah, one thing to point out about a Beastmaster from Absolute Legend is they brew it a little bit differently. Don't be surprised if we're going to see Beastmaster picking up a mecha, as they do that fairly frequently. Now, you do have Chen, so that might throw up the equilibrium, but mecha and pipe is what Beastmaster is rushing for. He plays it like how a Dragonite would, just go tanky item. Look at his item build. He's going to be starting for a quick bottle rush, I assume, if he's going mid.
I think he's going to to cut the suicide lane. Yeah, probably going to cut down the trees. Well, look, I guess he doesn't have to be there, but generally when we see Mirana, sure, she can survive in the difficult lane, but she needs farm to be effective in the mid game. Her spells are nice, but she needs the mana to cast them. She needs the HP to survive against all this burst damage.
I don't think she's going mid. Look at her item set.
Well,
no bot.
Is she really going to solo top? I guess she will.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a Shaker Mirana
right.
kind of. Shaker Mirana dueling with Lesh spot, offensive jungle Godot. I mean, they ran the same thing last game, right? So
yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. And of course, Beastmaster loves to be mid. He's good at pushing the lane. He's good at securing the runes. Mirana wants to farm, so if she's able to get the farm top, that'll work out nicely for her. Both teams scouting each other out. EHOME on the high ground. Tons of pings being traded. Oh, Rainer Lust going in for nice fissure block, but he's running into the tower. Chen sends him home. He should be just fine, but will he be just fine? He's taking a lot of damage to the tower. That level 1 Holy Persuasion takes forever to send you back, but in the end, able to get away. Still, not the most coordinated play. This is one of the downsides to running with a Rainer, is they may not be on the same page as you.
Yep. I just want to give Goda a little bit of a showering a little bit of praise to him. A lot of people, when they think of Chen player, they look to Puppy, they look to art style. Goda, statistically, is the ranked #2 Chen player in the world. That's how good he is. Now, it helps to play on a team like on an Absolute Legend, because that team wins a lot of games, but, you know, he's really, really good. You can see that he's sending creeps back on the... doing a little bit of trick to make sure the equilibrium is going towards your face.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that it's one of the cutest things I've ever seen coming out of a Chen player. I don't even think I've seen Puppy do that before, but nicely played by Goda.
They do it. They do it.
Yeah, well, either way, very cute play. It is going to keep the lane pushed back. Bleak, for the moment, is going to be very defensively located at his tower. King J with a haste word. Smart for Bleak to stay back. I want to take a look here at the Dire. It looks like PCT and QQQ going to be roaming around together. This double jungle strat was really popular for a while. I'm curious, will they stay together? But the Vengeful Spirit, great setup here for Enchantress. You couple the Magic Missile with the slow and then the Ursa Clap to follow. If you're not absolutely perfect in your position, you're going to go down.
I really love this adjustment. Right now, we don't have any ward coverage for Bleak because that Shaker was not able to place down that ward. And Mirana just sits there. And, well, if Mirana's sitting there, you don't need a Venture to sit there alongside. Venge's going to do a pull. Meanwhile, Enchantress getting some farm up. And there's a smoke on the Venge. They could easily go for a kill. So that Mirana's got to be very careful, despite having a leap.
Yeah, look at how many wards we see up on the top side of the map. For the Dire, they even blocked one of their own camps. I guess they might have been anticipating offensive jungle and did not want the Chen to have a good start there. Of course, DK needs his farm. Chen will make that difficult. Instead, Godot is over on the bottom lane. He's picked up a Dark Troll Warlord. Enigma, one of the strongest suicide lane heroes because he constantly denies creeps. Also does a lot of damage with those Eidolons. He will be pulling the lane back. But if you pull the lane back against the leshrac, against the Chen, you're going to get pushed.
Chen is going to be trying that push on the bot lane. Let's see if Lamb's going to have trouble detecting this one. There is a troll creep, and that's going to be
he's so dead.
Well, we'll see. Fidger's not going to be the best. He's actually could go to the left, but the chain stun is just simply too much. Will he salve up in the cover of darkness? He's actually tangling through, but it was not enough. Fissure block's not the best, but they got the kill regardless, and looks like they're going to try to push.
Well, whenever you're in a Chen versus Enchantress war, whoever gets that first blood, they're going to have a fantastic start. Now, Enchantress can kind of counter the Chen because she can steal creeps and have more of them at the same time than the Chen. But for now, they're on opposite ends of the world. So Chen drawing the first blood. Great play by Godot. Of course, Edict going to be used on this tower momentarily, I expect, as soon as the creeps die. Godot, does he have any creeps right now? No, nothing for the moment. Musica not using Edict. Interesting.
Yeah, there were some creeps surviving, so they wouldn't do did the best damage. So tower lives to fight for another day. Right now we have a level 2.5 Enigma, and looking at the level difference, Mirana actually catching up as well. So fairly even trade so far. Well, of course, first blood going to Absolute Legend. Though.
Yeah, the push it's not really a push though. I mean, they have their Basilius on leshrac. It's even active, but Enigma is just slowing it down. The Eidolon's pretty decent anti-push. I think they need to kill him one more time, and then they'll be able to get the tower. But for now, it is going to force Godot back to the jungle. He'll be getting another creep. Very slow game, despite that one kill. Enchantress doing some annoying trolling here with the tornado. Shaitan running away from the tornado is going to finally bite the bullet and tank it. I guess he was checking top rune, although that was really late. The ward top was dewarded, so he doesn't have any vision. He doesn't have the Hawk. Will this affect whether or not he goes for the Hawk? He is going for Inner Beast right now. He wants to try and outpush krobelus, which is quite a tall order to say the least, because whoever gets the better push will get the runes. But for now, the creep equilibrium seems to be slightly in favor of the Krob.
I really love the item adjustment here for our Dragonite on the top lane here. Soul Ring, I mean, it's a popular item on the public level, but the Chinese generally don't go for Soul Ring, but he's going in here to give him accelerated farm in the mid lane. You could just fire breath spam whenever that Mirana's in the lane. And they can keep that Mirana down. Mirana's not going to have a good game at all. Mirana's one of those few heroes that is quite item dependent, and if she doesn't get farm, she's going to be useless.
Yeah, she's only got 300 gold. She's not doing too well at the moment. 2 heroes smoked up for EHOME. They want to make a go. The problem is Beastmaster has evacuated the bottom lane. Whether by luck or by skill, it remains to be seen. Or, yeah, your guess is as good as mine, I should say. King J really aggressively pushing the top lane. That Fire Breath, man, Bleak is having a horrible time. So much damage coming out from Bleak. Such a spammable spell. So good at pushing. He's about to hit level 6, and then level 6. And then we're going to see a really strong power pushing. Beastmaster with the haste ring will be just fine. Eats a magic missile in the middle lane, but that's not going to amount to too much. Lumi, it sounds like you're living inside a tornado at the moment.
I have a UFO going out overhead. I turn off my mic, but apparently it doesn't work. Sorry.
That's okay. I was just a little concerned for your well-being. King J, not quite level 6. The tower already down to half HP. Up in the top lane, just from the auto attacks and the creeps. Nice job of pushing the lane along with the catapult there. I'm kind of surprised Enchantress didn't just show up top. They could easily bring down the tower. Mirana is very bad at stopping pushing. I mean, sure, Starfall... Wait, she's got 2 skill points in reserve. It's going to go ahead and finally level up Starstorm. Yeah, sure, it does a lot of damage, but you have to be near the creeps for maximum damage. And of course, in order to make sure you hit them all. And it does put you in jeopardy. Also, it's very expensive. So the tower is continuing to take harassment. Mirana continuing to take harassment. Meanwhile, Chen looking for a backstab in the bottom lane. I can see him on my map. It's not going to amount to too much. But the bottom tower, eating that edict, looks like it's going to go down.
Yeah, I mean, Enigma is just not having a good time at all. The Chinese are very well practiced to play that Enigma long lane solo. They played it all throughout 6.69C, which is a version that was like a year ago. They played Enigma solo all the time, but it's not enough to deal with the Chen and Shaker and then Lesh pushing down tower. If they lose this tier 2 tower though, it is not going to be good. What they are getting out of the trade is that right now Enchantress is hitting level 5, Venge is hitting level 4, and this is fairly highly level support if you ask me.
Well, I mentioned this yesterday. Some people have been crying that leshrac should be nerfed because Edict just does too much damage to towers. Look at this tier 2, already down to half health. Godot only with 1 creep here, but once he hits level 5, that'll be 1 more to add to his army. I mean, the push war is really, in my opinion, the turning point for this game. If you get down the early towers, the room to farm is not going to be there. Fissure, initiation on Enigma. Split Earth not going to hit. It does not matter. Edict too strong. Tower going to take some damage. Eidolon's going to take some damage. Tower may not go down here, but a big kill coming out. Enigma is being completely shut down. And perhaps more importantly, the lane is being aggressively pushed.
Yeah, as we imagine Absolute Legend using their hero potential to take that early lead in both hero kills and tower kills as well. That tier 2 tower will be going down. My question is, will Dragonite transition that lane? We see Vengeful Spirit on the top lane forcing a glyph on this tower. Tower on the top lane. The question is, will that be denied? Bleak. Looking very bleak in this lane, but if he gets the tower denied, it is a victory.
Oh, nice snipe there by King J. That poison tech, so nice for finishing off the tower. We're talking about pushing. Let's continue that discussion. MMY has hit level 7.
Top lane.
Oh, as I say that, looks like there might be action top. Shaitan is level 6. Roar on King J. He's got a DD chewing through him so quickly. Down he goes. 2 creeps for Enchantress, but frankly, they're just not going to do anything here. And this is also going to... I mean, this will create an opening for MMY because there are 3 heroes top. He's looking to push in the tier 1 mid, and he's got that ultimate ready to go. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Earthshaker went for a fissure block and Enigma, not going to get it. Godot's going to back off. He's level 5. Time for him to pick up that second creep. As I say that, the middle tier 2, or tier 1, taking a bunch of damage to MMY. Shaitan comes in to try and stop the push.
Yep, that is going to usher him away. I mean, but Exorcism early game, you could freely pop it. It does have a fairly big mana cost and a long cooldown, but if there's no one in your lane, go for the tower push. Seems like your cat agrees as well.
Yeah, my cat really wants to leave the room, so hopefully I don't miss any kills. Give me... Actually, MMY gonna go down in the middle lane with the ult on. How did that happen? I guess just some decent chain stun there. A little bit aggressive play. He didn't get the tower. EHOME is not looking too good right now. They're down 4-0. If we take a look at the gold graph, it is reflecting that. 750 difference, not the biggest. But I think what's more important here is the map control is slipping away from them. One tier 1 down, a tier 2 taking a bunch of damage bottom, and the tier 1 middle probably going to follow.
Yeah, it's no surprise to EHOME. I assume that they are going to be down. Question is, how do they want to come back? It's going to be have to off the back of that Enigma. If Enigma goes for an offensive blink dagger, he could go for something crazy, blink in and try to set up some ganks and whatnot. Enigma trying to pressure up the bot lane as well. He has his teleport scroll, trying to join a fight in the mid lane if it does break out. But right now, EHOME doing the best thing they could, which is push while getting pushed.
Wow, Bleak is up to 1,500 gold. Do you think he's gonna... I mean, I'm just throwing this out there. Do you think he's saving for a hand of Midas? Because I'm not sure what else he'd be buying at this point.
He's getting a Treads. Calm down.
Well, the courier's just sitting at base. Spend your gold, my friend, before you die. He is up to level 7, so in spite of that pretty awful lane, I mean, Enchantress did not really pressure top too much. Push commences on the middle lane. Dragon Knight will be working the tower down pretty quickly thanks to that poison attack. The push power of EHOME, clearly a match for AL right now. They're going to get the tier 1 mid. So a tier 1 for tier 1. The battle is evened. Of course, this slightly favors the Dire because their tier 2s are still pretty close to Roshan. But the tier 1 going to go down top as well. Musica strikes back. A new Dota movie coming to a cinema near you. Tower
Musica strikes back. I like that one.
They're all smoked up. They want to go for Roshan.
Bleak has picked up phase boots and the port. And then up to 900 gold because of the tower lasted. So he's right back on track despite having that poor start. But we're talking about the smoke gank on this bot lane.
Well, I thought they were going to go for Roshan, and I actually think they have the heroes to do it. They've got the minus armor, they've got the Eidolons to tank, they've got the Dragon Knight who's pretty tanky. But
they got the Krob.
And the Krob to do damage, but instead they're going to push bottom. The smoke has been revealed. Musica TP's in and will immediately back off. Looks like he's going for Bloodstone. Pretty, certainly a popular choice on leshrac. Of course, he's up against a lot of stuns and silences, and Bloodstone is not going to help you with that.
Well, I mean, Bloodstone does give your team a heal, and if Lesh does go down first, hey, it's pretty decent. Teleportation scroll coming, that's going to force everyone away. Here comes Lesh, he's going to get a split earth, he's trying for it, no one, and it looks like Dime might be a little bit trouble. They got a reward. Are we going to have a defensive swap? No swap just yet here. Looks like Venge goes down, Krob goes down, not a good start here for the Radiant, and Shaker's coming in for that stun.
Oh, nice 2-hero stun. Axes to follow, cleans up one. Not going to clean up QQQ. That was close, though. QQQ barely living. He's only level 5, meanwhile Godot, crucially, is up to level 6. The ultimate is still available. Earthshaker hitting level 6, and we take a general look at the supports here. EHOMEs are behind. Enchantress only level 5, PCT only level 5, compared to the Earthshaker and the Chen, and those level 6 is pretty crucial for both of those heroes.
Krob bought back in that engagement, I'd like to point out, and I'm not sure if it's... I mean, it's a smart buyback in the sense that he is actually the biggest AoE hero they have, but obviously that wasn't enough to defend that tower, and Absolute Legend can go into Roshan spot and even get themselves a better lead, but looks like they're not going to do that.
Yeah, I don't know if EHOME is lagging. I noticed in that last fight, for some reason, QQQ ran back in when it was clear that his team needed to retreat. But maybe miscommunication, maybe a little bit of lag. Either way, AO capitalized, and they did it hard. This is going to free up Bleak, who's going to get phase boots. Somehow he's gotten another 2,300 gold in 2 minutes. I mean, yeah, you got some towers down, but that is still a very impressive farm.
Yeah, he lasted a couple of towers, so that was a big spike in his growth. Looks like they're going to try to set up a gank on the bot lane, and this is why Shaker is one of the, I guess, forgotten hero in the European scene. He increased your initiation range by so much, and if you have any other support hero, he would not have gotten you that kill.
Well, this is where Death Prophet struggles. If she doesn't get a great start, if team fights are not forthcoming, we haven't even seen an Enigma Black Hole yet, then she's just going to get ganked, and we're seeing AL really capitalizing on that lack of mobility, bringing her down. Looks like PCT going to be caught out here. See ya, PCT. Fisher is going to hit Axis to clean it up. Actually, leshrac gets the last hit. Well, I said I'm not sure about Bloodstone, but at this rate, he's going to have it in 15 minutes or so. Even less, actually.
This feels like a meltdown compared to EHOME is down by 9 kills. All tier 1 towers destroyed. Tier 2 is down. Roshan is going to be down. I'm not the biggest fan of calling early GGs, but this is looking rather bleak.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to come back. I mean, do they really have the heroes to do it? Nice Fissure block on QQQ. Forced to pop the heal in the middle of the Roshan pit. MMY looking for an opportunity here. Aegis gets picked up by Musica. Great choice for the Aegis. The Death Prophet ult drop. Bleak leaps away. Musica might be the only one to drop here. Actually, sorry, he's got the Aegis, so he'll come right back to like Shaitan has already used the Roar. Nice Fissure on 2. Death Prophet continued to chase. I don't like the target selection here. Bleak is going to drop. Hand of God, not enough. Where is Chen? Oh, he's all the way across the map. Looks like Black Hole on only a Beastmaster. I suppose it's okay, but Dragon Knight doing tons of work. KJ, big plays. EHOME coming together in this team fight. Triple kill for Enchantress. That damage looking strong. If only Godot was there to send some heroes back to base.
9-0 team fight. That got to 10-4. 5 kills picked up by EHOME. They lost 1. 5 being the Aegis. EHOME just picked it back. The game's right back.
Yeah, and I'm sure the gold graph will reflect that. Yeah, you see it dipping down already. If you look at the lineup of EHOME, they have the lineup to mount a comeback. They've got Initiation from the Vengeful Spirit. I mean, not so much now. Certainly once she hits level 11. They've got the team fight of Krobelus, or Death Prophet, plus the Black Hole. They've got the Dragon Knight to tank. They've got some more damage from the Enchantress. I mean, this is not a lineup. It's not like the lineup we saw last game from AO, where if they get behind early, they just can't win a fight. I mean, this lineup can definitely win a fight. Of course, that's not to say they're completely out of the woods yet, but it was certainly a good start.
Yeah, that is a start they definitely needed. That's going to give Arcane Boots to Enigma as well as a Buckler. Other item progression on the Dire Squad, another Arcane Boots that was long picked up on X, and he's going to be going for a Cloak. I wonder if he's going to go for the full heart, or not heart, hood, or he's going to go for a Mecha for his team, because right now, oh no, what am I saying? Enigma's going for Mecha. I wonder what Die's going to get.
Yeah, the question really is who's going to build the pipe? I mean, you got to have a pipe against an Earthshaker, Beastmaster, leshrac. You know, even Chen and Mirana do a decent amount of magical damage. If you don't have one, you're going to pay for it. The other option, I suppose, is to get a bunch of BKBs, but they're not exactly farming fast enough for that. So for now, I think the pipe is going to be their way to get sort of out of this mid-game. Even though they won the fight, Bleak is getting big. Mirana having a pretty good mid-game after a slow start. Well, I say mid-game. It's still only 15 minutes in. Already with Yasha and Phase Boots. Probably going for Manta style. Once Mirana gets that second damage item, things start to get really difficult. She's so hard to lock down in the team fights, and she just does a crazy amount of damage. The Dire are very squishy.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. King J trying to get whatever farm he has on the top lane, up to 1800 gold. DK can be a decent pipe choice as well as Krobelus. He's, again, accelerating his farm with that Soul Ring, spamming his fire, but at this point, Bleak is actually farming him because of the tower last hits, because his team is winning. Yasha and 1400 gold, working on that Manta.
Yeah, I don't see King J out-carrying Mirana at this rate. I mean, he's going to have to probably go for support items and hope they can win a big team fight. Sure, they won the fight at Roshan, but in terms of where's the damage coming from, it's got to be the Death Prophet, who is desperately trying to tank up. Goes for a point booster, wants to go for a Bloodstone, but it's going to be a late Bloodstone, and I'm not sure that's the best choice in this game. AL grouped up mid, Edict is dropped, Tower going to take a bunch of damage. They have decent anti-push, will it be enough? Tower already dropping to half. They can just back off and do this again all day. At some point, EHOME is going to have to commit. Do they have the initiation to do it? Not really. I guess Dragon Knight can pop his ult and stun someone. Maybe get a swap off. There's no Blink Dagger and Enigma. No Earthshaker Fissure. Arrow is going to be fishing. It's going to hit. Will they go in, though? Pretty far to chase.
Yeah, you were talking about the Dire initiation. They got none. Radiant, however, we just saw the arrow. We know there's a Roar. And if any one of those stuns hit, and Fissure, of course, long-range stun, you know that the follow-up is going to be there from Musica. So it's going to be, of course, EHOME's going to be on the defensive end. Hey, what a surprise. EHOME turtling again, right?
Yeah, I mean, they have a decent turtle lineup, but, you know, it's not like there's a Spectre or some crazy, or an anti-mage, or, you know, some crazy strong late-game hero. Is Arrow going to hit again? Okay, finally the arrow misses. Bleak decides to calm down. After that frustrating Sand King game, he really wants to carry this one for his team. Initiate. Oh, the creep wave dies instantly. They do have good anti-push, but Musica is not too concerned. He's going to take the tower. KJ pops the ult. He will fishing for a stun. He's not going to find it. Enigma throws out the Malefice. In the end, they back off.
Well, maybe they're faking the back off here, as Moonlight Shadow was cast. No, they are really backing off now. So that was a successful defense in all, right? I mean, the tower lost some damage, but both teams wasting some time. I think that, again, favors Radiant a little bit more, because they're ahead right now. They can waste time. Meanwhile, EHOME cannot.
Yeah, Musica did pick up his Bloodstone. In terms of any other item progression, well, Mirana's getting real close to that Manta. Once it's up, the Silence is not going to do anything to her. So they're going to be very reliant on the stuns to lock her down in the team fights, because she can just Manta out of the Silence. Looks like Enigma trying to farm up in the bottom lane. He's finally got the mechanism. That'll be a nice addition to their team. But again, it's not enough. They need a pipe, and I think they need BKB. Smoke up from EHOME. They want to go look for a pickoff here. Do the Radiant really have the vision to see it? No. Looks like, well, with 3 heroes off the map, let's see how good Bleak's map sense is here. He should be backing up after this wave. Dropping the Starfall now, then running away. Looks like Bleak is going to be right on time. TP out. Oh, this would be so cheeky if he did. Just hiding around. He might get caught now, actually. He's running.
He's gonna leap into the jungle. Oh, he's silenced for now. Will the silence hit? There's a slow on him. Where's the sun? He leaps to the left, and that's gonna be it.
Yeah.
Such a lucky play.
Unfortunately, the Wave of Terror was used. No way to scout him out. If Vengeance held on to that, of course, hindsight's 20/20, but could have turned that into a kill with a swap and a stun. So Bleak, nice play by him, and that means the Manta style up and only 120 gold.
This is definitely not a very EHOME-esque play. Generally when they down, they just farm jungle. They don't go for smoke gang. That's something different I've seen from EHOME play, and it didn't work out there. It's a very risky move, and that's why EHOME generally don't run it, because if it doesn't pay off, you just lost yourself a minute of farm time for 3 heroes. That's not too good.
Yeah, it's, I mean, you mentioned it. There are opportunity costs to go in for the smoke ganks. We certainly saw it there. Ale, in the meantime, is just farming. Musica with the Bloodstone, 1,200 more gold in the bank. Shaitan with the Hood, looking for the pipe. If we take a look at Godot, he's got the mechanism now? No, he's still a little 300 gold away from the mechanism. Earthshaker, crucially, with a Blink Dagger, almost fed first blood. How long ago that feels. Almost fed first blood before the game even started, before the creep spawn. But he's got a 19-minute Blink Dagger Arcanes, and it's all thanks to these towers. 4 towers down already for the Radiant. And they could probably go for another soon.
I think Enchantress is about to find out that new Blink.
Yep.
That's gonna be nice.
I guess they don't want to initiate on Enchantress. I'm not sure why EHOME is trying to take a fight outside of their base. I guess you've got the Enigma Black Hole. It's going to be hard to set that up. Mirana making her way over. The ultimate Moonlight Shadow is available. KJ gets fissured. 3-hero fissure, actually. And that's going to allow almost everyone to escape, except maybe Musica. Gets sent back to base by Chen. He'll be just fine. Shaitan comes back in. Centaur Stomp. Roar as well. KJ in a lot of trouble. Gets swapped out. Mechanism is popped. This is why EHOME should not be fighting outside of their base, or maybe they should. Nice fissure again, hitting 2 heroes. Big plays by Lust. He already used the Echo Slam, actually. leshrac comes in. Perfect timing, doing a ton of damage. Pulse Nova, Edict. King J still not going down. God, he's so tanky. Bleak, meanwhile, in the backlines, picking up 2 kills, 3 for nil. A bad fight for EHOME. There just wasn't an opening for a big black hole as my mouse completely loses its all sense of control. Arrow not going to hit. King J still on the run. One more set of axes might do it. Not going to hit. King J should be able to get away. Musica, what is he doing? Oh, maybe looking to go for a cutoff here. Probably should just push. But, I mean, you get to see Ale's advantage in terms of items in the start. Too strong there for EHOME.
EHOME, I mean, that could have turned way worse for EHOME. At the start of teamfight, Shaker tried to blink in the fire. The tail end of the fire breath caught him. So he echoed Creep Wave, and that didn't do anything. So it wasn't the best start for Absolute Legend, but the sent back of Musica teleported to that bot tier 1 tower, and he was right back in. Arrow hit on Krob, and he went down. So, but despite of that, Dragonite with the 17 HP regen per second, almost 18, was like just trolling throughout the team fight. Oh, you going to kill me? Nope, nope, nope. Okay.
Yeah.
He just waltzed his way out.
He's working for the pipe, and that'll be nice, but you still have to deal with the Mirana. She's getting that physical damage up. She'll be buffed up by the Beastmaster, as well as the Chen creeps, if he's got any. He does have the attack speed from the Centaurs. He's got the toughness R from the Wildkins. This is where Chen becomes a real pain in the butt. I mean, he's just... You already have strong carries, you're behind, and then... Or if you're EHOME, you're behind, you're up against strong carries. And then you have to deal with them getting even stronger from these Rs.
Well, I mean, it's okay. I mean, Mirana really needs another tier 2 item. Tier 4 item, excuse me. You really need MKB or a crit to really make that Mirana an issue. At this point, they could still try to ignore him, and at this point, I think DK and Krob could kind of just out-tank him. It's going to be very vital for the next 5 to 7 minutes. Can you win a single team fight? Because if you win a team fight, you're right back at this. Krob is going to finish this Bloodstone by then. We're going to see Pipe finish. And we're closer to level 16 Dragon Form before that Mirana gets damaged. But if you lose a couple more team fight, well, Bleak is going to only get stronger.
Yeah, and I like the way AL is playing. They're spreading the map. They're not committing to a team fight. I mean, why would you when you're up against an Enigma, a Krobelus, a Dragon Knight? I mean, a lot of strong team fight heroes. Better just to farm the whole map, keep the waves pushed. If we take a look at where the creep waves are currently, they seem to be mostly deep in dire territory, which, again, goes back to the nice play from AL. If you spread the map, they can't find an opportunity to team fight. Right now, they're taking advantage of that. Yeah, Oh, sorry, go ahead.
A little bit of scouting done by Enchantress, dominating a Mirana illusion. So he's like, just chilling.
Yeah, that is pretty cute. It is lurking in the trees. Not sure if it actually sees anything. No, not really. Maybe it'll come out as a surprise gank. For now, just kind of playing like a ninja, hiding in the trees. Bleak, of course, does have the mad style picked up. Rotating towards the middle lane. Are they going to look for initiation here? Musica wants to go. Arrow is going to hit. Oh, God, MMY, you're in so much trouble right now. Fissure to follow. Split Earth to follow. Nice defensive swap. That is going to actually save everyone except maybe PCT. Great Malefice waiting until the last possible second. I can't believe that nobody died on EHOME. That looked awful for them. Does force the mechanism. MMY healing back up. The tower is going to go down. Will AO go for the high ground? I think that would be a little bold. King J coming in. Is he going to go for a Dragon Tail? No opportunity yet. He's actually out of mana. Could pop the Soul Ring if he wants to. The tower goes down. Hastering up on the Beastmaster. And they're going to pile right back into Roshan for round number 2.
I think that was a poor Dragon Form usage by King J. I mean, they were down on mech. They were down on swap. Should not really take the fight. He's now going up north. He does not know that there's a Roshan engagement happening. He should know. I guess they're going to just give it up for free. This is not the fight. I mean, even though no one died, I talked about how EHOME need to win the next fight, but if you lose a tier 2 tower and a Roshan for free, that is the same thing as losing for a fight.
Yep, a little bit of a pause here from EHOME. Interesting timing, I would say. Hopefully not any computer issues. Not only is the Aegis going to be up and make a team fight that much harder to take, Mirana's also about to have her Demon Edge if she wants to go for MKB, which is the traditional choice, and even just the Demon Edge, that's a lot of extra damage. She's going to be hitting pretty hard. And, you know, you couple that, and I know you were kind of underestimating the creeps here, but I think they're going to add a lot to her in these team fights.
You mean Enchantress creeps or Chen creeps?
Chen creeps, in terms of making Mirana hit harder. Especially when you couple it with the Inner Beast. Either way, the Aegis is the more important factor, and that is about to be claimed. Who do you give it to here? They gave it to Musica. They gave it to Musica last time. Yeah, I think you're right. If you give it to Musica again, who picked up another point booster. Huh. He's not going for a BKB.
I guess he just wants more HP to... I mean, if you're looking at Absolute Legends side, they just want more HP and mana to finish the game. He's not necessarily turning into any late game item. At least they don't think. I mean, you could go for a Scotty.
Yeah, you're right, it makes sense. Roshan is completely just not even challenged by
Roshan takes it up.
Well, that's going to mean that Bleak can safely buy whatever the heck he wants with his gold when he has the money for it. Because with the Aegis, as well as having a Chen and just being Mirana with that leap, you're probably not going to die twice in a fight. No reason to hold on to the gold. It also makes sense
for Musica to not pick up the Aegis, considering that he does have a Butcher Travel now. So Chen could actually, in theory, send him back, and he could immediately port back after healing. So, you know, that's cool. As we see, Pipe is being used. They're going up against the high ground.
I feel like that's a little premature. A bunch of nukes being spammed to try and work down this creep wave, but the Mirana illusions, of course, the Pipe helping them to tank. A second round comes out from the Death Prophet. Will it be enough? Tornado scouting or coming in to do a little bit of slowing here. Malefice onto Bleak. He has used the Manta style. He's still got the Aegis. Gets silenced, taking a lot of damage. He's going to get forced back. Will they stop the push? I mean, they did bring down the tower, so perhaps a good time to back. Looks like they agree. Maybe they'll come back in. Bleak gets sent back to base. So for now, I believe they're done. As they rotate towards the top lane, clearly not done. Doing some nice aggressive warding here, but the Dire, I expect EHOME will be on top of that and should counter immediately as they did spot it.
Yeah, EHOME popped a smoke right as the arrow flew through, so Raiden does know with that scout arrow, and EHOME not going to get a smoke gank off. King J still trying to get his farm going on. At this point, I mean, he's just a glorified range creep that Splash. He really needs 16 to actually make a difference in the team fight. He's not tanky enough against the Mirana anymore. You talked about how Mirana's getting big items, the aura definitely helping out. And it's looking rather bleak.
Yeah, this is a rather quiet way to lose a game, but it's slowly but surely it feels like it's slipping away.
Musica?
Well, this is a way to get back in. Musica might get caught here slow from Enchantress to initiate. So Malefice looks like a great defensive fissure. Will Earthshaker go in? DK stuns as well. Hand of God gets dropped. Musica, will he survive? And the Mirana ult. It looks like he will. How good can he juke is the question. Or how well can he juke is the question. TP's out. EHOME gonna get completely juked. And you mentioned that Smoke Gang is a big commitment. That was a huge commitment. All 5 heroes going for the kill, and that was only on the Mirana, of course, or excuse me, on the leshrac the entire time. Bleak happily farming up 3,800 gold. I think it's time for him to tip his hand as far as what item he wants to buy.
PCD has sentries. I'm not sure why he didn't drop it.
PCT. Oh, he does.
Yeah, he That was
That's
a
very
huge
odd.
misplace. Like, getting that kill, dropping his Bloodstone charge. I mean, you're not going to remove him from the game because he is going to respawn very quickly, but just getting that kill for Dragon Knight, that was huge.
Well,
So EHOME maybe not playing their best.
they look sloppy, I will say that much. They do not look, I mean, they don't look like the team that we've seen, that we saw last year in the International. You know, the roster, I believe, is slightly different, but, you know, for the most part, it is the same players, and they have been very effective.
Oh,
in Dota 1
not
in
the same
past.
player. When A20's not here,
Yeah.
a legendary quick reflex on a swap, man. not the same team.
Well, even dropping a simple Sentry Ward, you shouldn't be. You shouldn't need to be A20.
You don't need
do
to be
that.
A20 to do that. Yeah, I agree. I agree.
This game is very slow, but let's continue to take a look at the gold graph, and it continues to be a solid advantage for Absolute Legends. I guess they're going to let Mirana finish this damage item, and then I see no reason to wait. You can definitely go high ground. The tower's down, you've got the items up, mechanism up on the Chen, he's got a gem. Going to be doing some dewarding, smoke as well if they want to go for a smoke gank. Beastmaster with the pipe, I mean, what more could you possibly need? He's even got a Hyperstone going for Assault Cuirass from the looks of it. If they ever get that up, well, forget Mirana having damage items. She won't need them. Beastmaster going to be providing all the attack speed she needs.
Yeah, the aura is just off another level, off the charts right now. Absolute Legend looking for that tier 2 on the top lane. Musica is just so damn tank at this point. It's going to be going for Axtic. Cannot believe we didn't think of that one.
Yeah, I was
We're like,
thinking I have
Scotty?
Skadia. I'm like, what?
What?
Yeah, well, you know, there are a lot of items in the game. Sometimes you get a little forgetful. The tower in a lot of trouble here. Nice dewarding that gem on Godot being very helpful. Fissure block in on the Krobelus. I think she's in trouble here. No, pops the ult, but now they baited the ult. They can wait for it to drop and then go immediately for a Rax push. Well, I say
goes
that,
CK.
Dragon form, KJ looking for an opening. Nice stun, Josh, but it is going to give Godot a little more time to walk away. Lust again, ready with those defensive fissures. Oh man, I would be so mad. This is why Earthshaker is worthy of being picked. Some people question it. TP in for Musica. They're looking for the push on the bottom tower. Edict being used as well. Tower going to take a ton of damage. 3 TPs forced back. Actually, yeah, it is just 3. But that's quite an investment. A failed fight on the top. Krobelus ult was used. They could probably go for the Rax mid now. I mean, without that Death Prophet ult, where's the damage on the Styro?
I agree. That was 405 gold down the drain and a 6-minute glyph on the cooldown. You go right now, right? Death Prophet ultimate down, mid lane Rax fully exposed, and yes, Absolute Legend realized that as well. They're gonna just go claim a easy Rax, in my opinion.
Yeah, they might even be able to get 2. They're looking very strong. Earthshaker, he's had the dagger for a long time. Up to another 1,500 gold. He's not level 11 yet. They are smoked up. Will they be spotted? Looks like Godot will be spotted. For the most part, they're just revealing themselves. It's pretty obvious that the entire team is here. I mean, let's be honest. This should not surprise EHOME. Arrow not going to hit. Does get caught by a creep. The pipe doing a good amount of damage, or defensive work here, helping to slow down the nukes. The tower slowly, or Rax slowly being sieged down. It is being worked on. The Centaur really being the hero right now for the raiding team. Finally, the creeps go down. You were flaming them for not being too effective, but hey, they got the melee Rax down to half HP. Next round of Edict should go. I'm just kidding. I know that's not what you're saying, but I'm not gonna let you lift that one down. QQQ doing what he can in the front lines here. PCT swaps him in. Is it the correct choice though? Looking for a black hole. Looking for a black hole hand. If God goes out, is Musica will go down. Can he buy back is the question. Does buy back. Boots of Travel should be coming momentarily. And with the black hole down, I mean, what is left for EHOME?
Well, Cromo is up right now. I mean, that was a 3-man black hole. That was, you know, the best you could ask for. Silence on a couple. Krobelus still doing some work. Pipe is back up. EHOME, despite all the things against them, they are defending right now. I'm sure they are regretting that glyph to save the bot tier 3 tower. KJ pops his dragon form, just level 1 dragon form still. They're gonna man down this tower. Tower Rax.
Oh, huge
Echo slam! Oh, that's gonna be it for that Rax. And indeed, it goes down. KJ still trying to do the damage, but again, glorified range heave, not doing anything. EHOME loses Rax. Everyone's still intact though.
Yeah, but you know, AL's gonna be fine with that. They still have the Aegis up on Mirana, who's actually got. Oh, they're going for the Divine Rapier strategy. AL is. I don't know if you watch the games, but they've done this, I think, twice. At least twice in recent games. Mirana with the Sacred Relic, going to be picking up a Rapier, has the Aegis. You're not killing her twice. You've got Chen to send her back if she gets into trouble. You've got a lot of strong defensive allies. You've got the Mirana ult, you've got the Leap, you've got the Manta, and most importantly, you've got the Aegis. So this Divine Rapier, I mean, you know, we saw the Tower Siege took a little bit longer than we thought before. With the Rapier, it is definitely not going to take long the second time around.
I mean, as awesome as that strat is, and I do believe that's false, but like, do you need to take that risk? That is not a risk you need to take at all.
Well,
if you're down by racks and like 8 kills, yeah, I might say so.
Let's give him some style points here. Don't be hating.
It's style point. No, he's getting A+ on that style point, but it's not very smart in my opinion.
It is certainly a risk. Bleak does not care. Man, Divine Rapier, I love this icon. It looks so nice in your inventory. Really gives it a complete feel. It's like a great decoration to have. And by the way, it hurts like an absolute, well, insert profanity here. QQQ. Just doing some farming. I mean, if you just look at how defensively EHOME is playing, this is like losing without actually dying. I mean, they're all grouped up, so they're not team farming. They're very far back in the map control. They're just trying to keep the mid lane pushed out. You could lose without firing a shot, and seems to be the way they're going right now.
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking at right now, EHOME has not gotten a single kill outside of a team fight. That is not a good way to win this game. This game really reminded me of WE when they joined TPL season number 1, when they were just seemed like they're out of it. They were just not prepared to fight. They're really well prepared opponents, and this is what EHOME seeming like. They know how to play their heroes, but something's not here. Is missing something.
Yeah, the pieces are not there. They're not on the same page. I mean, simple things like we mentioned earlier, PCT not dropping a Sentry Ward. I mean, that's basic stuff that any pro, or even, not like an amateur who's looking to get to the next level, you could expect them to do. So I don't know if it's lag, if it's miscommunication, if he's just getting confused, if he's not used to the engine. Whatever the excuse or the reason is, they do not look sharp at all. And I'm sure this will change as they practice more, or at least I hope it does. But for now, EHOME not on top of their game, and they're paying for it. AL is making them look bad, to be honest.
And of course, EHOME waiting for that invite to the International number 2. I'm not sure if this game is particularly helping that one.
I wouldn't put this one in my resume.
I'm sure the drama is not helping it as well. So,
yeah. Well, while we have a pause here, I guess let's see, are there any big pickups, particularly for EHOME, because they're going to need something to turn this game around. Well, we talked about the pipe on the Dragon Knight. That's nice. BKB on Enigma, that could be pretty big, but you're still up against the Beastmaster with Roar, so you got to catch him, and you don't have a blink. I mean, sure, you could swap him in, but if you're killing Beastmaster, you're not killing a Mirana with a Divine Rapier. You're not killing a leshrac who's got an Aghanims as well as a Bloodstone. Too much damage to ignore those heroes.
No, I think that's a great idea to have King J to get Roar, because then your Enigma won't get Roared. I mean, he has BKB. The only thing to stop him is going to be that Roar. So
right, but
it does make sense in this.
I'm just saying, if you focus on him, let's say it's not the best black hole or something. I mean,
right.
Mirana's got a Divine. Like you can't really ignore him. And just go for Shaitan. Whereas without the Divine, maybe you could afford to take a few extra right clicks. Musica does reconnect to the game, so looking for an unpause relatively soon. Yeah, and also, someone mentioned this in chat. I think it's a great point. I mean, the Divide is always, it's going to give you a lot of damage, but look how squishy EHOME is. 800 health on the Enchantress, 900 on PCT. Even King J only 1600, which for a Dragon Knight is nothing. I mean, we saw a Dragon Knight with like 2900 HP last game. This is not quite rivaling that. 1250 even on the Enigma, who's fairly farmed. So they're pretty squishy. Makes the Divine that much more dangerous.
They do have armor, which is going their way. Krobelus sitting at 15. King J sitting at 18. So against raw plus damage item, armor is the best way to combat against that. Hoping someone will pick up a blast if they have the extra gold. Obviously they don't. This is kind of the Alamo here for EHOME. They gotta get something going. Yeah,
this is the last stand. The arrow almost hitting King J. Just managing to dodge. That would be bad. Tornado is going to be in the front lines. Tower goes down to Edict. They can besiege all day. They want to take a fight. Split Earth hits on MMY. Huge damage from Blink. The Rapier doing work. Nice black hole. Echo Slam from Earthshaker. Oh, man. 3 heroes in jeopardy here. Mirana in the middle of everything, just destroying everyone. Bleak doing so much damage. 2 hits, cleans up the Enigma. Triple kill, winning in style is AL right now. King J in a full-long retreat. Normally DK can tank, but against the Divine Rapier Mirana, that is not happening. Tower going to be breached now. This game is over, folks. And I don't think that's calling it early.
Bleak got black hole. He tapped out to make a sandwich, came back with an ultra kill. And that's what Divine and a great teammate will do for you. Shaker's Echo was on top of it. That was one of the worst case of positioning I've ever seen from EHOME. And,
yeah, that's normally one of their hallmarks. Is the Chinese teams are very good at positioning, game sense, finding the right openings, being very patient. And I mean, it's not like they've been impatient this game, but the positioning and the teamwork just not there. AL actually running. I think they could just wipe EHOME again, but they're going to play it safe. They did claim the rack, so a very slow, methodical victory. I mean, in my opinion, it's time to GG out. I guess with the Rapier on the field, if they ever get it, maybe they could turn the game around. But I'm not sure that's going to be happening.
Hey, I mean, again, the propensity of throw is always there. So we saw how the Absolute Legend game with against Myth Trust last time. It was a lot closer than imagined, even though they're down by so many kills. I do believe EHOME is a steeper hole though, because they don't even have a fighting chance. It feels like, but they're gonna keep trying, and you can't fault a team for keeping trying.
Right, when you're behind like this, you don't really want to group up 5v5. Generally, you want to.
Ooh, they're gonna go for Rosh.
I'm about to sneeze. Sneeze not forthcoming. Oh man, I didn't want to sneeze right into the microphone there. But yeah, Rosh gonna go down. This is a bold move by EHOME.
Yeah.
They've got the map control to do it though. Well, I don't know about the map control, but they certainly have the AL positioning to do it.
Yeah, you talk about the game sense. This is a big move.
EHOME waking up.
Yeah, they're probably still gonna lose the game, but I'm impressed at the very least. They're not taking this line down.
You know why this is huge? It's because there's a Rapier on the field. It means Mirana's not gonna have an Aegis. She's not gonna have a cheese. Chen's, it's all up to Chen now. Immediate smoke by EHOME. I mean, this is a good time to smoke. I like this. As you know,
the game ain't over yet.
Yeah, it's. I mean, where's the damage? They still kind of.
If you kill Mirana and you get the Aegis, come on.
Yeah, if you get the Rapier, I mean, it might go the other way in a hurry.
And Dragon Knight's gonna hit 16. Whew.
They got a chance, but let me sober everyone up real quick. Take a look at the gold graph. They are down 2 racks, so I want to see an epic comeback.
Hey, you know that Chinese thing? Down 1 racks. All right, start playing. No, what was it? Down 1 racks. Start down 2 racks. Start playing. Down 1 racks is like, oh, normal. Play normal game. Down 2 racks. Start playing. And EHOME right now is they're playing.
This game, man. I mean, every time we think the game is like one-sided or it's over, not just this game, but all the recent games I've cast, the teams decide to fight back instead of rolling over and just, getting kicked while they're down. So you got to give EHOME credit for continuing to fight. I mean, I thought they should GG. Whether or not they win, at least they're showing some fighting spirit, which is one of the most important things to have in any competitive venture, whether it's Dota or real-life sports or other video games. I'm glad that they're showing it here. They're going to be fighting to survive. They're hanging on by a thread. Arrow not going to hit. That would have probably been game if the arrow did hit. King J in the front line is going to be tagging up Musica. Got to be able to get away. That was kind of close.
You know what King J should do right now?
What? Get a Blink Dagger?
Sell your Soul Ring, sell your Ogre Club, buy Helm, buy Mask of Madness. Pray that you get the Divine and just go for it. I'm not even joking.
That would be a Sing Sing-esque move. I mean, Sing Sing is partially Chinese, but I don't think the Chinese teams from China play that same aggression. Oh, Musica on the high ground, a little greedy there, I gotta say. Looks like he should be okay. Getting sent back by Chen, he'll be able to TP right back into the fight. Rapier doing so much work. KJ getting blocked in by creeps, and they're not gonna go for the kill. Thought they could have had that one.
Well, they had a defensive swap, so that would be hoping a little bit too much. Their music is not in it. That music is back with the Boots Travel. Once again, we go. Dragon form is being running out. Everyone going back to get some healing going on. It is all up to that black hole. It's all up to that swap. Let's see how good these Chinese guys are.
Oh, it's what a time to pause. Oh man, I'm gonna be so nervous for this unpause. You mentioned the Dragon was forced to pop the ult. Not only is it cooling down, but he's level 15. Not going to have that Frost Breath, and it's so big in these team fights. Meanwhile, of course, middle and bottom are pushing back into the game. Or middle and bottom. Middle and top are pushing into the EHOME base, so at some point they will have to go defend these lanes. They can't just sit here and turtle forever, and if AL's smart, they'll probably just wait for the rotation. And then you've got the Earthshaker with the Blink, you've got the Mirana Arrow, you've got the Beastmaster Roar, plenty of long range to get a pick off, or EHOME's just going to give up the racks, in which case that is game.
I think what EHOME needs to do right now is send the Death Prophet up front, pop the ultimate when the engagement happens, and go for cheese. But look at how close EHOME is to their ultimates. Death Prophet so close to 16, DK so close to 16. If the game has just went a little bit differently, it's... Yeah, I mean, this is a rough game.
Well, you talked about the smoke ganks. Hey, maybe smoke gank one time less. They have those level 16 ults. Extra minute of free farm, that should be enough. As it is, they don't have them. Bleak working towards that Eye of Skady. Don't think he'll have buyback if he dies, nor will he have a Rapier if he does. So everything hangs on the knife's edge. They want the arrow. It's gonna hit again. MMY, you gotta stop getting caught. Nice fissure on 2, but actually fissuring them away. Will MMY go down? Swapped defensively. Looks like he'll be okay. Pops the cheese. AL actually in a full retreat here, but Musica doing too much damage. KJ is gonna go down. He's got the Aegis, but Aegis blown, she's blown, Blink gets silenced! Rapier drops in the middle of the team fight! Who's gonna pick it up? Earthshaker picks it up, he's running away for all he's worth! Oh, Death Prophet goes down, but they saved the Rapier. That could have been game the other way. Meanwhile, top and middle are pushing in. Musica in so much trouble, but he's got buyback if he needs it. Oh, what this? I was criticizing the stand-in for positioning. That positioning was fantastic, man. And the Force Staff as well as the Blink away. Lust saving the game, because if they gave the Rapier away to DK, and with about to hit that level 3 ult, that might have just been game the other direction.
I'm telling you, style point is one thing. Do you need to make that divine? I'm just saying.
Living on the balance of a knife's edge, or I'm sure there's a proverb here, but it's a very bold move. Now, because he didn't lose the Rapier, it will be available for him to pick up. And I don't know if they're going to win round 2.
You can give the Rapier back. Yes, Lust has dropped it, and Mirana will be the person picking it back up again. But you see Mirana is very killable at this point. So...
Well, but they don't have an Aegis and a Cheese, and they had to use both of them to win that last fight. So, that being said, Death Prophet has that level 3 ult, has a Shiva's Guard. DK, King J has level 3 ult as well. It could go either way. I mean, I'm not going to completely count EHOME out, of course. Lest I, get too drunk with excitement here, sober myself up a little bit. And we do see over 50,000 gold lead, huge experience lead. The items, I mean, there's no tier 4 items really on EHOME. I guess the Bloodstone sort of qualifies, the Shivas maybe, but DK's got nothing.
And to answer Toby's question, yes, it is possible to drop the Rapier.
Yep, the enemy team did not pick it up, so he's actually the only one who can use it. It doesn't become a free Rapier until someone on the enemy team picks it up. So, in fact, Mirana's the only one who can use it. And that's why it was given back to Bleak. Plus, hey, Earthshaker not going to do too much with it. Meanwhile, they are pushing in the bottom lane, and this has given EHOME an opportunity to push out middle.
Toby just... Not Toby. Enigma just got a Blink.
Oh, this could be big.
Be screaming for a black hole. $10
Oh, it's on cooldown though. This could be really.
Oh, never mind. Never mind.
Yeah.
Oh, they got a minute. I'm sure EHOME can defend for a minute if that arrow hit. Oh my god.
Split Earth on 2. Oh man, Fissure as well. So much annoying long-range harassment coming out here right now from AL. And if they wait long enough, the black hole will be back up. It's clicking. It's slowly ticking down. They did get top and middle pushed out a decent amount. At least long enough for one more epic team fight.
You know what's the most intense kind of black hole? When the team fight breaks out and your black hole's not up yet, but at the middle of team fight.
Oh, everyone! Enigma 5-second stun. Fissure to follow. It's too far back. They're not going to go.
They're not going to go that. Yeah, those team fights where when you start the team fight, you don't have the black hole, but at the middle of the team fight, it just cools down and it just comes in. That is the most epic black holes.
Yeah, well, it's going to be up at the start of the fight, but will it be enough? Top's pushing in, mid's pushing in. I feel like they could just wait here. They are going to go Musica in the front lines. I like the choice. Keep Bleak a little bit farther back. QQQ doing what he can to harass. Will it be enough? Edict working on the tower. Fissure as well. QQQ just melting to those Mirana auto techs. One of them missed uphill, so she lives for now. Musica gets stunned. Earthshaker, huge ultimate again from Blust. Locking down the Vengeful Spirit. Will it be enough? A big ultimate black hole on 2. They got the Mirana immediate roar to cancel it. That should be the game going the other way. Nope, just kidding. But of course, middle is pushing in. The fight continues. Musica still in the middle of everything. KJ going to go down. MMY probably going to follow. Split Earth as well. He's going to drop Shaitan in the front line. So many tanks here for Ale, and that's finally going to be game. EHOME, if only they played this way the first 10, 15, 20 minutes.
Slow clap. Slow clap. EHOME lost the game, but it was well played. I love the item choices towards the end. They had a glimmer of hope with that Divine. They went for it. Dragonite went for a Blade Mail. That was the perfect item choice. Forget the Helm or whatever lifesteal I was suggesting. No, he went for the most safe and the most effective item choice, which was the Blade Mail. They killed the Mirana twice, or once, in that engagement. Shaker once on top of that. The stand-in is what got them in the game.
Yep, I gave him a hard time early on for almost dying at the top tower and giving up first blood. Wonder how different the game might have been if he had gone down there, but Goda was on top of things. You call him the second best Chen player in the world, at least statistically. I cannot argue with that. He's definitely up there with Puppy. What a performance. Lumi, thank